My name is Alec Falconer. Music that got me into electronic music was Susumu Yokota and Hot Chip, the band Hot Chip. You know, like I was an indie kid and they were using synths in a way that I thought I really enjoyed. It kind of opened up a world for me. I think my biggest non-musical influence would be my two older sisters who took me out raving when I was a kid. They changed my mind. So yeah, probably Liv and Daisy, my biggest non-musical influence. Okay, so yeah, it's true. I guess I was sort of proposed to, and I also proposed this year. Both happened in nightclubs. The Dr. Banana proposal in Fabric, I mean, I just couldn't believe that someone actually got a video of that. It just so happened. It's like a great moment in the breakdown of that tune by DJ Zinc, and it's just classic Dr. Banana humour, to be honest. If you hang around with him, he's pretty good at kind of acting it out style comedy. But yeah, that was a pretty funny moment. And then for my own sake of getting down on one knee, I did it in Club Division Air on my birthday. Sometimes you're just in the right moment and in that right place, and in that moment when you're having a ring in a box in your pocket, time to get it out. I struggle to make music unless I'm on a dance floor pretty regularly, because when you're on a dance floor and you're listening to a sound system, it's so obvious what makes a great track and a great tune. It's very simple. But when you're in the studio, you can end up confusing yourself a lot. You tie yourself in knots and you end up making that quite simple process very, very complicated. Recent highlight was closing Heideggen in Berlin. That was like maybe the weekend before I left Berlin, and it was just so amazing. Like, that club plays the kind of music that speaks to me. It's like not dark, you know, like people don't, if you drop a big organ solo or a load of vibraphones, then people start screaming, you know, and that's like, you don't find that in many clubs, you know. People are really engaged with what I would call like real music. It's not just like dark and sort of dirgy kind of music. It's like really like spiritual, loving, warm music. Ever recurring lineups is an interesting one, because I worry that probably people think I'm one of those. I was trying to promote a party with, you know, names on the lineup, but like, you know, who's going to turn up for someone they've never ever heard of, you know? Like, there's definitely a worthwhile thing to do. My thoughts on ever recurring lineups is a complicated one, because ultimately people sell tickets and that's what promoters are trying to do. But I often am very lucky to get invited to play some incredible party where a lot of people didn't even know who the hell I was or why I was booked, and I'll always work my absolute hardest to play the best possible music for those people. It's actually all the other elements of that party that are making the party amazing, and I kind of just want to tell those promoters, like, you're doing great without me and without inviting a bunch of DJs and a bunch of prima donnas over. Like, you may as well just have your own residents absolutely smash it out, because like that's the lifeblood of the whole thing, isn't it, really? I mean, keep booking us obviously, because man's got to eat, but yeah, we're now forming a label which should give us a bit more time to focus on stuff, on actually making the projects really solid. The first EP is going to be one by me, which will be the first solo record I've put out in like 3 years. We're doing a major facelift on that, which is quite exciting because you get quite bored of a live set when you've done it a bit. So we're building the whole thing from the ground up again, changing from Ableton over to Bitwig, which will be interesting, some interesting technical changes and stuff, and a whole new live set, a whole new song, all new tracks for phone tracks as well. So good gigs with Slap Funk and all the general people who always give us the faith on that project, which is amazing.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much. Cheers, thank you.